Hello everyone, I'm your host Pilar and welcome to Pal Talks. I'm here with
Jacob. Hello.
And what is it that you do, Jacob?
I am a actor, playwright, I'm a director, I'm a jazz vocalist. I think that's probably the end of the list, the conservative list.
I have to know, was there a singular moment in a show or even were you just singing a song for your friends and family and you're like, wait, I'm good. Like, I can do this.
That's really funny. I went camping recently and I was really cold and I had to go take a shower because I thought I was going to die. And the shower was like a big stone room with like it was just a big stone room with a fucking hot ass water faucet, and filling that space with my voice, I was like, oh, I felt the physical nature of my voice for the first time kind of ever. The literal like waves of voice hitting the walls and coming back to me, I felt for the first time, and that was really cool.
Really? So wait, you had gone all these years, all this time, and you hadn't had a moment like that before?
I wouldn't say that I'd never had a moment like that before. I would say that is the strongest one and the one in the most recent memory. When we were in high school, we went to high school together, by the way. In Catholic school, nightmare, don't go.
Hey, there were some good moments, like meeting Jacob.
Oh yeah, for sure. NBC was fun.
Oh my god, we're gonna get into that.
We will have to. This is actually crazy. I was talking to my mom about this recently. I would sometimes go to the chapel when there was nobody else there and I would sing, and in those moments I felt like I was like not singing alone. That was probably the first time, but then that time in the shower was like
another moment where you're like,
a recall of that, for sure.
Wait,
you know, the ancestors, quote unquote.
That's so beautiful. And do you feel like singing is the space and place where you find and have experienced your truest self?
Yeah, probably. I would say in any given day I sing as much as I talk, if not more singing than talking. I just always have a little song in my heart, which sounds really crazy, which sounds like really cheeky, but I mean, like, as soon as my mouth stops talking, a song starts bubbling up, because that's just like how I occupy my time.
What's the song that's bubbling up right now?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Like, stop talking.
Yeah, right. I don't have one. We're in the middle of an interview. I'm talking so much.
Rah, rah, rah. Okay, and as you mentioned, we did MVC together semi-recently. I was like trying to find like some of the old videos and clips.
I have no idea where those are.
They had like deleted them off of YouTube, and I'm kind of upset. No, they were. Oh my god, they were great.
He did not. Oh, are we filming?
Are we live? I'm Jacob Conley, and the thing I'm going to miss most about NBC is my sarcastic rapport with Pilar.
Hi, I'm Pilar, and what I'll miss most about NBC is all the great people. I've made so many new friends, and also I get to co-host with my best friend Jacob, so everything about it is just amazing, and I'll miss him so much next year.
I wish somebody would have told me, babe.
I like talking a lot, which is what we have in common. I think I have a fun personality that people like to hear things from. People like to learn things from me, I would like to say. That was a fun little way to do that.
Can you talk about some of the lessons that you've taught some of your friends along the way?
Oh my god.
Because I feel like there are plenty that you could list.
Artistically or just in general?
Ooh, let's see. Is there one that a person took to heart and like actively applied it in a situation, scenario, or even just their day-to-day?
Yes, but I probably don't know. Knowing that I'm somebody who likes to talk things out, to figure things out, unless your advice is the right advice, I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna listen to it, but I'm still gonna do what I want to do. And so then when I give advice, I'm like, this is what I would do, or this is what I'm hearing, or this is whatever, but you're gonna do what you're gonna do at the end of the day, and at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with me. So the advice that I have given friends, I probably have no idea that they've taken it. Unless it's like, my friend is going through a breakup, and so I made him like a playlist. But I wouldn't necessarily say that's like advice to take. It's just like wisdom to make you not feel so bad about what's going on in your life. And so to go back to the NBC thing, I think I saw the fun that it seemed like people on NBC were having, and I wanted to do that. And I've seen the fun that like late night hosts and stuff have, and I feel like I have a personality for that.
Not you coming for my dog, please?
Be careful. Jacob talks.
What? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that is so crazy. Never share your dreams with people.
Right.
They're going to
steal it from you. And so I just wanted to be a part of that. And we had a lot of fun. We did have a lot of fun. And everyone loved us. We were the best ones.
Oh, we were the best. I like came back the year after we graduated, and someone was like, oh my gosh, NBC is like not the same without you. And I was like, please. Oh, we were great.
Our bit was that I hated her.
Yeah, and like sometimes I kind of sort of believed it, but then I was like, no, I know it's a joke. Because I'd be like, Jacob.
Yeah. See,
Literally just like that. Literally just like that.
It is just like that.
And it's so cute. And speaking of just like that, I love the fact that you made your friend a breakup playlist to kind of like process emotions. Has music been a way for you to kind of process your emotions?
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God. To give you an indication, there's this one song my freshman year of college that I found. Oh wow, it's called Why Try to Change Me Now, which funnily enough ended up being my senior showcase song at the end of my college career. I was in a really, really bad place when I first listened to it, and I started listening to it like December 6th, and when Spotify Wrapped came out January like 12th of the next year, it was my number one song of the year. I listened to it for like 4,000 minutes over the course of like 2 weeks because it was that bad.
Really
and it hit that hard. That song is really great. I really love that song. And which is another reason why I sing all the time. I often sing to get myself out of a funk. I sing sometimes to get myself into a funk. Either things are happening in which I feel like I should be sad, and I'm like, I should be sadder than this. You know what I mean?
Okay, fair.
I'll put on like some sad music because I want to bathe in the sadness. If I can like be really sad right now for 3 hours, then I won't be kind of sad all week. I one time listened to Open Arms for 4 hours in a darkened room in the middle of the summer, clutching a pillow and crying because I was going through it. Girl problems, I'm sure, if I can remember correctly.
Lover boy. To the most extreme. That's actually crazy. And, in this moment, I always like to do something with my guests. And I want you to design a playlist that is based off of this, like, the feeling of coming home.
Are we saying home as in, like, capital H home, or home as in, like, the house in which my family is?
I hate when people, just don't answer my question. They're like, what if you gave me more details? And I'm like, that wasn't what I asked. Home is in the safe, your space, that home.
There's this Count Basie song called Shiny Stockings, which is really great. When you're editing it, you can put a little twinge of that song over this right now so you can understand what I'm talking about.
Not someone's trying to literally, they're like, this is my show, actually.
So this is why she did this. But Shiny Stockings feels like sunshine to me.
Okay.
Home, 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 home. American Pie by Don McLean. I know that's a crazy take. And it's a 7.5 minute song, which is crazy. But that's a really great song. I don't think there's that's the only song that makes me feel patriotic. And the reason that it does is because America. And the reason that it does is because that is a song that is like, this place is fucked. This place is so fucked. This place is so fucked. But like, good old America. You know what I mean? And so I respect the honesty in that song. And that feels like home because this is home. You know what I mean? For better or for worse. For better and for worse. We'll start with those two. Boston is great, bro. Boston is great.
My friends went to Northeastern. They're like, you need to go to Boston.
Yeah.
Like, Boston's amazing.
I'm going to be the kind of dad when my kids are like, where should I go to school? I'm going to be like, there are a bunch of choices in Boston. It is the highest concentration of institutions, I think, in the world in like a 10-mile radius.
Oh, right, because they're all like literally like...
Yes, you cannot, there is a new college on every block. And that's like not really even an exaggeration.
And how was it, like, because when I think of Boston, I think of racism. How was that as a black man?
It's not there. Northeastern racism is different than Southern racism because Southern racism is like really nice. You know what I mean? Southern racism is like, oh, you little nigger. But Northeastern racism is like, you're in the wrong part of town. And obviously you have that in the South too. Obviously you have that in the South too, but like, it is different and it's like more nuanced. But I will say, because Boston is such a college town, the majority of the people who live in Boston are college students. They might be range from like 18 to 30, but it's a lot of people getting undergrad, getting graduate degrees, getting masters. It is a small but wealthy and powerful percentage of the people who live in Boston who are like old, crotchety white people, which is kind of just the curse of the Northeast, like Vermont and Maryland and Rhode Island and stuff like that. But it was fine. Was it fine? Yeah, it was fine. I don't think there's really anywhere in America you're going to go where you were like avoiding racism. And especially Boston is the type of city where you can very clearly see where race lines are demarcated.
Okay.
Like as soon as if anybody knows what I'm talking about, if you're from Boston or if you go to school in Boston, if you are walking down Massachusetts Avenue, if you're walking south on Massachusetts Avenue, you know when you have crossed from like Berkeley Northeastern Territory to like Roxbury Hospital territory. Like you can like, it's the street. Like literally you like walk across a street and you are now in a different part of Boston. Same with when you like cross the bridge into Cambridge, but that's more like you are leaving Boston and going to Cambridge. And that's always sad to see. That's always frustrating. I was reading, and I'm still reading, Malcolm X's autobiography, and he spent a lot of his youth in Boston. A lot of his like teenage years and like kind of his, like, 16 to how old I am now, kind of, he spent in Boston.
Okay.
I, like, visited his house when I was in Boston. He talks about walking in the Boston Common and all the things he sees, and I, like, followed that path when I was in the Boston Common, and that was really powerful. So, again, like, I don't think you're ever going to escape it, but it's, like, what you make of it while you're there, and, like, while you're, I wouldn't say a victim of it, but, like, while you're in the midst of it.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And I have to know, to wrap up this lovely, incredible, wonderful interview, if you could direct and score your own show, what would it look and feel like?
Oh, that's a great question. Really simple, but really effective. A lot of theater that I really like is theater that can be done in a black box.
Okay.
With, like, not a lot of bells and whistles. Like, what you can accomplish with, like, really good acting, really good singing, and really good lighting is, like, really enough.
Okay.
Like, really, that's, like, I low-key will, like, stake my claim on that. You could do a production of Romeo and Juliet right there, and if the actors are given it, yeah, we're all crying. Like, it's over.
Yeah.
So I would love to do something that's, like, simple but effective in that way. I think of Company is my favorite musical, one of my favorite musicals. And Company is really simple. Company is like a few vignettes and a few songs in between those vignettes of a guy going through it. And so, which is like a very simplistic way to say that, but like that is, if you were to read the script, that is what, unfortunately, that is what that is. That's what that show is. It's because it is a thing that we every day can relate to. That's why we're like, every day I want to listen to that and relate to it. What would it look and feel like though? I don't know, like me, I guess. Not actually like me, but I mean, I feel like what I pride myself on is that a lot of people who like experience my work, they're like, Jacob wrote that. They're like, I know that Jacob wrote that. Which sometimes is frustrating for me as a writer. The first play that I wrote was, it's not the first play that I wrote, but the first play that people saw, because the first play that I wrote was bad. Bad.
Everyone keeps saying their first work was bad, and like, I get it. Obviously, the first thing is going to be bad because you're just trying it out, but like, geez, no one was like, I ate that.
No. Almost every other like thing that I've ever done, if I wasn't good at it immediately, I stopped doing it. But only with playwriting have I been like, I'm going to try this again. And again, and again, and again. But the first play I wrote was called Roughly 30,000 Meters Up. It takes place in the 60s, where this white family has retreated to their underground bunker during a nuclear crisis. And unbeknownst to them, their daughter has snuck her black boyfriend into the bunker with them.
Oh,
Spicy indeed. But just that plot already, plus all the music that was in the show, plus all the references that were in the show, plus the fact that like the main character Jamie is a poet, and like conflicts between the daughter and the mother, and like people are just like, Jacob wrote that. It is content that he enjoys and feeds off of and likes to engage with, and I would like to keep that going, because I feel like what's really great is the fact that I can make work in which people are like, Jacob wrote that, but I relate to it. You know what I mean? Like, very clearly was it Jacob's story to write, but I still, at the end of the day, having watched it, can relate to it some kind of way. Like, that's when...
So there's, like,
that's
very
when I've
much
done
universal themes within what you write.
For sure. So that's the gig. Well, actually, I wouldn't say universal. I think, like...
Or, like, universally understood.
Yeah.
For, like, back of a letter term.
Yeah, a play for everyone is a play for no one. Which is not a quote that I just came up with. That's a bastardization. Like, yeah. It's a bastardization of someone else's quote. It's true. I think, like, if you write... that's why I don't like Broadway right now. Because they're writing shows where it's like, everybody can come see this. Everybody's going to enjoy this. When, unfortunately, the point of theater since its inception is not everybody can come and see this. It's that, like, everybody should come and see this, but you probably won't like it. And you probably will be uncomfortable, and you probably, like... And I like having fun. Like, let's not go crazy. I like shows where it's just fun for the sake of having fun. But even still, like, a lot of those shows are fun for the sake of having fun, and then also there's this other thing. Like Little Shop. Love Little Shop. Little Shop of Horrors is fun for fun's sake, yes. Like, what is really serious about a talking plant eating people? Even all of the deaths are played for comedy, and, like, that show is a funny romp. But still it talks about terrors of greed, and, like, what can become of a person when they give up all of the actual things for the things. But it just frustrates me sometimes when clearly I'm like, that is the Broadway equivalent of like the third sequel to a Disney movie that nobody was asking for.
Spoken like a true artist.
Fuck those remakes, bro. Fuck those remakes.
But we do love The Little Mermaid.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Little Mermaid.
We didn't need that.
La-da-dee, la-da-da, la-da-da.
Nobody wanted that.
La-da-dee, la-da-da, la-da-da.
Okay.
And needed that. And that was everything I could have. We needed, wanted more.
And she still went for a white man.
But not in real life. Shout out Hallie.
Yeah, for sure, but not in real life.
Love your family. This has been Pal Talks.
This has been great. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, thank you for coming on. Love our little artsy fartsy friends, don't we?